can't remember exactly if it was about making it musical, but Shel Silverstein came up with me and my brother-in-law, and he recommended
Not me, but...
Well, yeah, my other brother-in-law. And he recommended I check out a poem by Shel Silverstein called The Perfect High. And, I think I might have showed him a song by Bobby Bear called The Winner. Now, if you don't know, Shel Silverstein, well known for books like Where the Sidewalk Ends and A Light in the Attic, I believe it's called. He was a country music singer and songwriter and wrote such famous songs as A Boy Named Sue.
Yeah.
So, behind the scenes, he was pretty active in the country music community, including the outlaw guys that we like to listen to, and he wrote a lot of those songs. So, I checked out this poem, The Perfect High, very funny, and I thought, what would be a cool idea would be to kind of go the direction of A Boy Named Sue, or The Winner, and put Shel Silverstein's music, or words, put his words to music. And so, it was not easy, actually.
Yeah.
It took a lot of revisions to try and find a melody. I started with one, and then I was like, okay, that's very repetitive, because it ends up being a very long song.
Yeah, it's our longest recording, I think, we'll ever do.
It's definitely, maybe the medley we did on the live CD could be longer. I haven't checked that. But this is, approximately 7 minutes, and it was longer before we cut it down. But it's a long story about a boy named Gimme Some Roy who looks for the perfect high, and there's some other characters, and Baba Fats, who's a sage who advises him on how to find the perfect high, and there's the narrator. So eventually figuring out a way, how can we tell this poem in a way that's fun to listen to for a long time, incorporating different musical elements. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with what we came out with. And I'm also satisfied to say, that's another thing to pay tribute in a creative way to this outlaw thing. Shel was an important guy to Johnny Cash and to
Coe, to a lot of these guys.
Yeah, exactly. And so, he lives on through this. And this is our way of trying to keep that alive and that spirit alive and get in touch with what motivated a lot of this music.
Another thing that I really like about this recording and this song in particular, we do dip into this a little bit on the main album, but I'd say this is a more animated example of the kind of comedy songs that a lot of these guys do. It was Shel Silverstein that pushed David Allan Coe to release his comedy records, and Everybody Loves a Nut is but that's the Johnny Cash record.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
We've had a few requests from that album, which it's almost an album of children's songs in a way.
I think that's the concept of this, children's songs, which oftentimes have a very humorous bent to them.
And so I feel like, that's another part of my favorite, things about these country guys, the outlaw guys, is they have a lot of humor in their songs at times. They're not afraid to go there. They're not afraid to be silly and to have fun with a jokey song. And it doesn't, sometimes you hear novelty music and it's a little,
Right, it's called just novelty for a reason.
Right.
It's sometimes throwaway or not memorable.
Right.
It doesn't have replay value.
But a funny song doesn't need to be a novelty song.
Right.
Music can be funny and still be great art and great to listen to. And I hope that this song fits those two criteria.
Yeah, it's hard, especially I think in just modern culture, I guess, because people want you to be one certain way, and if you're funny, you're kind of not coming back.
Yeah.
It's very hard to break through that. But that is one reason I really like country music overall, and hip hop actually, is you're allowed to be funny, and it doesn't ruin the thing you're doing.
It's very hard to be funny in heavy metal or anything like that,
It takes away the gravitas. But it's true. This is, I would say, the goofiest thing we've recorded so far as a band.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be hard to beat.
Oh, that's all right.
But I hope anyone who gets to hear it enjoys it, and enjoys it more than once, perhaps.